Alright, here we go.
Yeah.
Round 2 with the Soulcrate crew. So, here we are again, boys. How's everybody doing?
What up? We're good.
Getting the coffee going,
Yeah.
getting the Red Bull. It gives you wings.
Right.
I like it. I'm a fan. Still a fan of the Red Bull. I quit drinking a few months ago, and the thing about Red Bull is that no matter what, I taste the Jägermeister, and it's like...
Yeah.
But, so let's talk a little bit about the new album. I know you guys have done quite a bit of media on this, so
Yeah.
I don't like to beat a dead horse, so to speak, but the Heartland Panic, and you know, I definitely have to say that sounds a lot different than stuff in the past. And
Yeah. We worked on this record for most of 2009 for the most part. And I mean, I think we really took a lot more time with this than we have with previous releases. We do all our own recording. Absolute does all the recording and all the production in our own studio. So we really took a lot of time and picked it apart and came back and tweaked little things that were bothering us, and we really tried to write songs rather, you know, and to put a record together rather than just a collection of random songs taken from here and there. We were very conscious to try to make a front to back album, you know, that in my opinion this record needs to be listened to from song 1 to song 12, you know what I mean? And we were very conscious about that. So
Sure. And Dan, are you still working at that place where you do the thing with the things? And,
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite drink to make?
My favorite drink to make?
Yeah.
Bud Light.
Bud Light. Cool. That reminds me. My grandpa used to always say, "You don't buy it, you just rent it."
yeah.
Nah. You have to know my grandpa.
Right.
But hey, Corey, when did you get your first set of turntables?
Oh, 99.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you were a fan of hip hop obviously before that. But what finally made you take the plunge?
Oh, jeez. I don't even know. Couldn't even tell you. I've always wanted a
Tax return.
No. Tax return. I still have to get one of those.
Yeah, I heard that.
No, I've always wanted turntables, even growing up. Like looking at in the back of like magazines when I was 10. I thought it'd be cool to have some, and finally, I did it.
Nice. And you do a damn good job, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, he does.
So let's see, what else is there? It's tour. How long are you going to be out on tour on this Blood in the Heartland?
About a month.
Yeah,
About a month?
A little under a month.
Is that
yeah.
standard for you these
Pretty much.
days?
It's like 3 weeks to 4 weeks is pretty good. You know, nice little.
How do you guys do on tour as far as the cohesiveness? Towards the end, do you get a little batshit crazy, or whoa?
You know,
there it went. Told you.
The thing about us is we're kind of lucky. We get along pretty well, man. We all kind of know when to shut up on the road. You know what I mean? That's kind of I don't know. You kind of go into your own world a lot.
I got for headphones. And
headphones and
Yeah.
computers and
Laptops.
iPods and stuff. And we get along really good, man. Like we stay in the same room usually, and we're all sleeping by each other. And luckily, me and Danny, being brothers, we shared a room a lot.
Oh, you guys are brothers.
Yeah, that brings up
yeah.
the question. How long have you guys been brothers?
We have been brothers for quite a while, as long as I can remember. But yeah,
98, 99.
yeah,
Something
we
like
made
that.
the leap. Yeah,
Same time we got the turntable.
right.
Tied the knot.
But yeah, it's good for us, man. We really enjoy it. I try to cherish being on the road and consider ourselves very lucky to be able to take it to that level. And it's tough, to be away for long periods of time. We miss our loved ones, and it's cool though. You come home and you're pretty stir crazy. You're used to doing stuff every day, and you come home and you can't sit still for a little while. And you have
sure.
to
Does
adjust.
Then you
Does
find
anyone-
yourself out at a show the same night you get back into town.
Right.
Does anyone ever go on tour with you besides just the musicians?
Yeah, usually there'll be like a guy to do some tour managing duties. Settle up at the end of the night.
Isaac from Hooks for Hands came last
Yeah,
time,
we
and he
brought
didn't perform,
we brought
so.
Isaac's
Yeah.
show
Oh, yeah.
out with
I
us
saw his
from
videos on
Hooks for
YouTube, I
Hands,
guess.
and we brought him as the merge guy, and we had pretty much every spot we went to believing that he was like our third brother, our youngest brother, fourth. Yeah, our fourth brother in reality. So.
I was going to say, yeah, good
Yeah.
save, dude.
One thing we learned from Mac Lethal is to lie on stage as much as possible about everything. So we, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it's fun. There's usually somebody there to help out with merch. Merch is a hefty duty every night, loading in and counting stuff in and making sure everything's organized and keeping track of the money. And so yeah, it helps to have another hand, you know, somebody who's not focusing on performing. So
right, and of course that can be a huge headache.
Absolutely,
dealing with promoters and.
Right.
You know, I've always said now, and I'll give him a plug now. You know, Jason has always been one of the most stand-up guys.
Weiss, yeah.
You can hear some horrible stories of getting ripped off, burned, and treated like garbage.
We brought him out with us on the last little 5-date run we did with Mac, and yeah, he did a great job.
Yeah, Nobody.
Yeah, Nobody.
Also,
Yeah.
Who is a supporter of the show.
He got ripped off a few times on his tour right now.
Yeah, it's easy to do, man. People, you know,
people are shady.
But it's cool. Like on one tour, the East Coast tour, we did the Off the Ropes tour. Me and Corey kind of split that duty of the tour managing stuff, and it's good. It was a good learning experience. You know, we all kind of pride ourselves on knowing how to do everything. You know, we always have had that indie DIY mindset of you know, learn it yourself. And honestly, our motto is if you want it done right, do it yourself, you know, for the most part. The most part. And
one thing that, you know, we strive to do here, obviously, is we focus on underground, independent, people that record their own music. Right. And one thing that is encouraging through your guys' story is that it can be done.
Absolutely.
You know, there's people out there grinding in their basement so hard for so long and, you know, get discouraged and think that it can't be done.
It's the only way. In my opinion, I mean, that's the best way to do it. You got to you just got to keep moving and have a good time and do your best to figure things out. And luckily, we have a good combination here where, you know, between the three of us, we can cover up most of the bases from, you know, like art design. And obviously, we have help with, like, album layouts and stuff. But, you know, a lot of the T-shirts we make, we design ourselves and we print our own stuff and we do a lot of our own work. So I like it that way.
Yeah, for sure.
And I always look at it, this is like priceless information and knowledge we've learned over this past 10 years that, you know, you can't read in a book. And I like to think that a lot of the stuff that we've learned by throwing shows and touring, like, they can be applied to life situations, you know what I mean, down the road. So it's nice.
Speaking of artwork, Dirt, do you do any of the artwork? Because I noticed you do a lot of that Photoshop stuff.
I haven't done any of the artwork for this album or any of the T-shirt stuff, but maybe in the future.
In the past, you've done. Yeah. I mean, we've done a little bit of
stuff. I did my album, which I'm ashamed of. Actually, someone else did that.
Yeah, we don't know who did it.
Yeah, but you still, yeah.
The thing about that, like, we all are, you know, I wouldn't say fluent, but you know, we know our way a little bit around Photoshop and stuff like that out of pure necessity of, okay, we need a flyer for the show. No one else, you know, you got to learn how to do that stuff yourself, man. So
who came up with the new neon Soulcrate design?
The girl who did it is a girl named Mindy Hoskins out of Des Moines, Iowa. She's actually the wife of our good friend and rapper Aeon Gray.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, it's Mayday Design.
Mayday Design, yeah.
Nice.
And yeah, that was an idea we had. I actually sent her some examples of, like, I like the idea of, like, I was kind of messing around with, like, light writing with, like, a slow or an open exposure on a camera and writing with the flashlight and stuff. I used some of the stuff on that Heartland Panic promo video where it's written, and I did all that stuff in my house with an open exposure, and that was kind of the idea, and I sent her some examples and she came up with that, and then we were happy with it.
Awesome. Just got a tweet from Busy.
Oh yeah, what up, Busy?
And he says the show sounds great.
Good, man.
He's super tired as always.
That sounds about right.
Get some rest, Biz.
But yeah, he's holding it down there, running a crew full of lively, colorful human beings.
Love that guy.
Yeah, big Black Clover lover right there. Mm-hmm. So got to send a shout to him as always.
Sure.
Hey, why don't we go ahead and play the first single off the Heartland Panic?
All right, yeah, what's that?
Well, I assume it's Let It Shine?
Yeah, that works. That's
okay.
Sure.
Is that all right?
Yeah,
do I get the green light?
We made it the first single.
Yeah.
We just made it the first single.
Absolutely. That
Thanks,
works.
Willis, for the green light on that. So, hey, this is Soulcrate Music. They're in the house. And here we go.